Hey everyone, welcome back to the Laserdisc Repair Bench. Tonight we have a Pioneer CLD-3090. This is from July 1991, and reports on this one are that the tray is not opening and it's making funny noises when we hit eject to get the tray out. So let's take a look at this thing, open it up, and see what we can find. All right, we got this thing plugged into power. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And it's just scanning for a disk. We're going to go ahead and hit eject. Dang. That thing is stuck. Well, shoot, that was easy. Zoom in a bit here. So we can see it's getting stuck on this track here. Yeah, there's some old grease on there. Okay. So we have to get this tray out. Right here. Tray's out right now, but we have to fully pull it out. Actually, I might be able to work on this. Just cut the power. Let's zoom back out. Okay. I might be able to just cut the power so the tray doesn't try to do anything funny. And then take out these two screws, and that might get me access. Yeah, this looks like it's kind of closed off because it looks like this, and then I think there's a matching one on this side that they probably just need to be pulled, cleaned, and that could be what's wrong. This model, I think if it has a belt, it's a toothed belt. It's not the rubber one that always has the issues that just needs to be replaced, like in later models. So maybe this is our only issue. Let me pause, and I'll get my tools and kind of figure out a game plan. Okay. Just pull that as well. Okay. Trying to go path of least resistance here, and all right, so I'll have to fix that. Because essentially when I pop that out, this slid out of place, but that's easy enough to put back into position. Oh, look at that. Ew, all right. It just kind of floats in there. Magnet, metal, rather. Okay, so just disassemble these and put it back in. Look at that. We got grease there. So looking at it, what we're going to do is we'll just do one side at a time. So this arm over here controls the up and down, goes into here. Both these arms are locked into here and locked in with springs. So by doing one at a time, it shouldn't destabilize the whole thing, and we can kind of just keep it together structurally. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the spring off. Yeah, I guess it's not really helping. There we go. Well, we'll just shift that out of the way for now then. Taking those two out should... What else? Do I need to free up this arm? Have a little bit more motion. I don't think I have the tool for this, so we're just gonna improvise. Okay. All right. So I was able just to lift this up just a little bit and remove this guy. Trying to keep everything kind of happy and in one place. So what I do, I try to go to the areas first, like a towel around all, and then grab Q-tips about the small areas. All right, so that side looks fine. So we're going to clean off the grease on the side here now. This thing is like a gel. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. This side looks pretty good. Okay. Maybe somebody smarter than me will know why they would grease this. Maybe because it's just a rub point. think we're about ready to put this back on here. Just kind of doing a dry fit here. Okay, good. All right. So all I'm trying to do here is just get this stuff to move just a little bit. Get some grease in there. I don't know if it's going to be a thing, but I'm just a little worried about the plastic inside rubbing against here. So I think safe bet. Don't need grease right there, but we'll just have a little bit. And we're just going to put a little bit here inside. Not a ton. All right, we're seated in there. So I'm going to put this set screw back in just to kind of secure us. Okay. Let's do the same thing over here. So all I'm doing is freeing these two pins first from this by lifting it up. And then I'm scooting it forward enough that this goes through that hole. It's actually not bad. Let that dry out a little bit. Whew, boy, this is rough. Okay, So we have most of this stuff cleaned off. And you know, I just noticed kind of a spot I couldn't see right here inside. Even though we cleaned off one side of it, there's still a little grease in there. And on the other side too. There are a lot of places to hit here. Whew. So I'm going to try and take this opportunity to get inside here a little bit. Inside where any of this stuff's going to rub on each other. Looks like even this guy will need some cleaning. You know what? I didn't do that on the other side. We're just going to grease these inside rails just a little bit. Whew. Okay. That is ready to be reinstalled. I just realized I didn't clean this off just for posterity's sake. There we go. So, probably couldn't see it. I had to seat this pin in here first. I kind of had to drop in, go around, and then go in there. Once that was seated, then I could control my up and down, and that allowed me to slide into here. I also need to accommodate that. Okay, let's power this thing up. And eject. Okay. Something's still going on. Maybe we got to work it in there. Who knows? Just needs a slight shove. Okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is put a little grease where the pin is, right here, on the back, and if I could squeeze it in there. Just put a little bit more on that rail and see if that helps kind of guide this up. Because I can't see what else it would be getting stuck on. Let's try that. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Well, I'm going to pause and take a little bit of a look at this thing. So I totally forgot about this whole piece on the side. So that's a point I need to clean. This track, that track, basically anywhere it rubs. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to try just without removing this first and see if that's enough. And if not, we'll document the disassembly procedure. All right, I'm back. The greasing went fine over here on this side piece. Then I found a belt. It's in here. So I'm going to change it out. I obviously didn't check the service manual before I started tearing into this thing. So that's on me. But yeah, that looks like it could be kind of stretched out. All right, we go a little deeper. All right, we're back. I have the original belt. This is it takes a PEB 1013, by the way, which I think is 4.2. This is 4.3, but this is definitely smaller than this belt, the original. So we're going to try it out. All right, I got to put the clamper assembly back on. I got to put the side screws back in. I'll just do that off camera. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So the belt has been installed. The clamper's back on. The screws are back in the side assembly. Oops, some grease on me. And we're ready to plug it in and see what this thing does. Ta-da! It was the belt and tons of old grease. Now let's get the Q-tips in the shot. All that grease and yeah, yuck. So lots of cleanup with this one. Let's pop in a disc. Okay, so sounds like maybe the grip ring needs a little cleaning. We heard a little slipping. But yeah, pretty successful cleaning. I just wanted to kind of wrap up the video and kind of break down what we did. And essentially, when we got the player opened up, the clamper was not able to clamp down, and the original reasoning suspected was bad grease on the top part of the assembly. And we took all that apart, cleaned it up, felt pretty good, and then the issue was still present. And so I noticed on the side there was another guide rail that helps with the movement of everything. So we cleaned that up. Same issue really. And then while we had it all apart, I did notice there was a belt. And again, part number PEB1013. They're on eBay, and they're reproductions, but they're great. So I popped in a 4.3 square belt. I think this takes a 4.2 for the PEB 1013 part number, but close enough for the demo, and we're working. So I will get the proper belt, put it in later. But it looked like it was a number of factors here that caused it. But overall, pretty happy with it. I'm playing the disc right now. Obviously, I'm not going to put anything on the TV due to copyright. But it's playing on side A. We're going to go ahead and flip it over to side B. And something we didn't do, but I'm going to do, is clean the grip ring, because that sound you hear, that's the disc slipping pretty hard when it's supposed to be breaking. But I'll try and do that on a different video. I'm going to put an AC3 mod in this one as well, and I'll cover that on a different video. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.